Hi everyone. In this session, we will learn how we can apply the registration of a meeting, and that meeting will be joined from the Zoom WebSDK. Okay, so I have already WebSDK integration done in our last previous session. So if you are new here, then just please watch my previous video about the WebSDK integration. Okay, so in this session, we will demonstrate how we can get this registration token and join the participants. Okay, so for that purpose, I have just place a simple form HTML code, and I have placed some validation code here. Okay, and a helper function for validate and register. Okay, so inside that we are just validating the first name, last name, and email. Okay, and then if the things are valid and good, then we are going to sending those and joining inside the meeting. Okay, posting those to the registration endpoint, which we will create during this session. Okay, on our API, on our server, and then from there we will get the registration token. Okay, so let's start. So first we need to navigate to the index, and here we just need to create an endpoint called app.get, and we add registration. Okay, registration, and we need to request response. Okay, and we need to create a helper called zoom helper.js. Okay, and we say here const add registrant. Okay, async payload, and here we must be also import access, require access, and then we just need to build the registration URL, and we say here we also pass the meeting ID, and we HTTPS, and we say api.zoom.us/v2/meetings/ we pass the ID. Okay, so meeting ID and registrants. Okay, so this is the endpoint where we will post the payload and register the user or joining with that meeting. Okay, and now here we say const data and await access, and we say the URL will be registrant URI, and we say method will be post. Okay, and then we say data will be payload and headers say authorization, and we bearer, and we get that from processed environment JWT token. Okay, I have already placed a JWT token here in our environment variable, so we can get that from there directly. Okay, then say response, return response. Okay, and if there is any error, then we catch error and we return error. Okay, and here we return data. Now we need to export that module.export. We say add registrant. Okay, just need to format, and inside here we need to import. So we say const require, we say helper, Okay, we say dot zoom helper. Okay, and we import a registrant, and now inside our endpoint we say let registration await, and we say add registrant, and we must be pass a meeting ID. Okay, so we pass ID and we get that from request.params.id, and we say request.body. Okay, and I think we change this to post. Okay, and in the response we return response.json, and we say registration, and we just need to format it. Okay, now just we need to run the project, and we verify the URI where we will get. So here is our registration. Okay, so we build that URI. So we build with the string interpolation. We say HTTP. On our local host we have a port 4000. Okay, so I think it is a port 4000. Let me check. It is port 4000. Okay, so we say registration and we pass the meeting ID. Okay, so we get the meeting ID from the URL. So we have already implemented. So we just get that URL from there and we place it globally here. Okay, and we just get that by calling URL dot search params. Okay, dot get, and we say meeting number. Okay, and we just need to pass the registration token, and also so the meeting number need to the set that helper, meeting number, passcode, username. Okay, and that's enough, I think so. So we recheck those. I think we remove this. So we say passcode, and here we say username. Okay, and for the meeting number we say meeting number. Okay, and inside the token we say registration, we pass the registration token. Okay, now we have all done, and we see here. So we join, and we will create URL search params, update meeting number, and also passcode. So we say URL dot search params dot get. We say passcode. Okay, and we also need. So we have already got the token. Okay, from here. So we have got from the join URL, and we got the token TK parameter, and we pass it. So before that we must be also pass the username. Okay, so we are setting the username inside the first name. Okay, first name and last name. So we pass those also. So we use string interpolation, and we first name space last name. Okay, save it, and now just load that page. From here we must be place a breakpoint on our server so that we can see all the things are fine. Okay, so we have here just localhost, and we pass, we get the meeting ID. Okay, so here is a meeting ID, here's a meeting ID, in this meeting we have enabled already registration. Okay, so you can see registration is enabled here. So we pass meeting number, be that meeting number, and passcode. Also need to pass the passcode. We get that from here. Click show and we just copy and just pass that here. Okay, just hit enter. I think we just a local host that my browser is not allowing. You can see, so here is just only that pop-up. So we enter first name, Ahmad, and we say make demo.com. Okay, so we click on join. You see there's some error, so we can see, oh, so we have not placed a comma separator here. Okay, comma. Okay, so we hit enter again. We pass name, Anna, then done with neck, demo.com, and we hit join. And let's see, still there is some error. So it is mentioning that there is no any configuration variable called meeting numbers. That's right. So we must be get that payload from url dot search params dot get, and we get that from there. And all the things, let's find zoom config. Still there zoom config. So here is this zoom config, so we must be remove that. We have no need. Okay, just save it, refresh, save the name, and then we say with the name demo.com. Okay, and join. Now we have a meeting ID, payload. Okay, email, first name, last name, and meeting number. So we first think we must replace a breakpoint here and here. So let's continue. Okay, we have successfully got the registration. Okay, so inside the join URL, you can see inside the join URL we have a token parameter. Okay, so we need this token parameter to be placed as a token parameter here. Okay, now from the client side we must be before sources and scroll down and we just also place a breakpoint here. So let's see that the things are fine along the way. Okay, so let's see, registration token, username. Okay, so it is setting HTML meeting number. We can easily, for now we're going with that. Okay, so let's continue. We have a now signature, continue, join. Okay, join.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so this is currently running meeting where I'm recording. So you can see we have successfully joined. So this name is due to we are passing directly HTML elements from here. So we must be pass those as the first name, chart, text content. Okay. So we can see the first name dot value. Okay. First name dot value and last name dot value. Let's remove all the breakpoints. Now just rejoin. Okay. Let's say enter once again and running name, and then we say learn with 9@gmail.com. Okay, successfully joined.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so you can see name and me, and so this is currently joining from the WebSDK. Okay, so you have seen that we have successfully got the registration token and joined that from the WebSDK. Hopefully you have got that. If you have any query, then just place a comment on a video comment section, or either you can contact me via the shared contact details. Okay, bye bye.